TNN's live coverage of the Winston Select Finals is brought to you by Mopar, Chrysler Corporation Parts, and the Chrysler Plymouth, Dodge Truck, Jeep and Eagle dealers who sell and install them. When we come back, it's Pro Stock Finals live from Pomona, California. It's Pro Stock Finals time at the Winston Select Finals. They turn the tires down there in the water area. With me here in the booth is Jim Yates. And Jim's all dressed up in this outfit, and he's going to go out on Halloween as the #2 guy in the Winston points.
Well, it's not such a bad place to be after all. I'd sure much rather be out there on the starting line running Warren right now, but it didn't work out that way today.
It has been a great year for Jim Yates.
Oh, it's been excellent. I think with the McDonald's team this year, we've really come a long way, and we're really looking forward to next year. I'm ready for it to start tomorrow.
That's one of those things, the season ends, and when you get that momentum going, you like the race, you like the year, you want it to continue.
Oh, we've been just dying to go to the next race every week.
Jim Yates with me in the booth, the driver of the McDonald's Pontiac, and he has had a great season. What are we going to see here? Can Steve Schmidt run down Warren Johnson?
Well, you know, we got a kind of a conflict of interest on this race. I don't think Steve Schmidt has lost a final this year, and I don't think anybody can beat Warren today out there. I mean, he's run 7:02 in one lane, 7:03 in the other. He's a pick'em. I think he can run 7:02 in the parking lot right now. But, you know, Steve's got it all on his side as far as luck this year. He's been able to knock him off in the final. So, yeah, it'll be a heck of a race, but I picked Warren.
He beat, Steve Schmidt beat Warren at Columbus and won it on a hole shot in one of the many rain-delayed races of the year. They are dead even reaction time. That is not good news for Steve Schmidt, and Warren throws another 7:02 up on the scoreboard. 196, 7:18 for Schmidt, 193 miles per hour, and that one in the vernacular was a hammer job. Let's take a look at this thing again. Did you see anything that Warren did wrong on this one, Jim?
Yeah, he had a 460 light out there right beside Steve's 460. I mean, that's about as good as it gets out there today. And then from there on, he was gone. A 293 at the 330. I mean, he was falling right down the racetrack. It's 7:02 with a 2. You can look at that car, see how smooth it is right there. It doesn't get much better than that.
Looked like Ichabod Crane, or the Headless Horseman, was chasing him the way he was driving at the top end of the racetrack. Arlene Johnson and the very talented crew, Greg Anderson and the rest of the GM Performance Oldsmobile team, they do a wonderful job. Let's go to the end of the racetrack and Steve Evans.
I love that line, Jim Yates. Warren Johnson could run 7:02 in a parking lot. $25,000 tip from Slick 50. You've won it.
Oh, thanks, Steve. I'll tell you, that was getting a little rough at the end there. We were bouncing around, didn't have near enough clutch on it. We probably slowed down 200 or 300 from what it could have run, but I'm really happy for this thing. We've had 13 wonderful years at Oldsmobile. A final tribute to them winning this race. It's been unbelievable, and we're looking for the future with Pontiac.
We're looking forward to it as well. Warren Johnson made some serious cash today, boys.
And Warren Johnson smiling. Write it down. Check the date. Doesn't happen often. Ekman, Schmidt, Johnson, my partner in the booth, Jim Yates from McDonald's, and Warren Johnson wins it. They are the top 5. Warren Johnson, by the way, dominant car, top speed, 18 and 19 events. Harris, a great job for the rookie. Morgan, Marnell, Glidden, and Powick also in the top 10. A great year for Pro Stock. Let's go down to the starting line and Ralph Shaheen.
Well, our funny car drivers are strapped in. Bob Brandt, crew chief for Cruz Pedregon, is with me. I know the body's new, but there's some of Corey Mack's parts in the motor. Tell me what's going on, Bob.
Well, our McDonald's team worked together, and we had a lot of damage today, but because we have a team effort, and Lee Baird and his guys and the dragster and my guys work together as a team, we've got what it takes now. We're going out there and race.
What parts do you have on the car that come off the dragster?
A supercharger, an injector, a few little parts and pieces, some of Lee's magic.
It's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Now remember, on the other side, with the Western Auto car of Al Hoffman, this motor has been in the car since Friday. Question is, can it hold on for one more round, Bob Fry?
Hey, you take a look at Joe Gibbs, the stoic look, the same look that we saw as he's been nominated for the NFL Hall of Fame. He's got the Bat car, the Cruiser, and they're going to try to stop that Western Auto car, and I'm telling you, sports fans, it won't be easy. It's next live on TNN. car final down on the launch pad with me here in the booth, the driver of the Mobile One car, Whit Bazemore. Whit, you had a great year.
Yeah, we did, Bob. We finished up the year real well. Mobile One Dodge ran strong last couple of races. Had a problem this morning against Cruz. He ran a 5:11, put us out. But we're looking forward to next year. We have Tim Buckley, Vintage Designs, getting involved with us. A lot of good things are happening.
This is Halloween weekend as they turn the tires out there. Hoffman didn't dress up. He may have dressed up as a bracket car, as Ralph Shaheen said, but the McDonald's car is dressed up like the Batman.
That's surprising, isn't it? No, I mean, the McDonald's team, they've had such a tough weekend here, but hats off to them. You know, they've got a job to do here against Al Hoffman. Al's run so strongly here today that it's going to be tough for Cruz and those guys, but they're a championship caliber team. They've got a lot of work to do. Let's see how they do it.
I'm going to ask you the question I've asked my last two guests. I like Al Hoffman. He's been the performance leader. Can Cruz Pedregon beat him?
Well, I tell you, Cruz has run a best of 5:11. That was against us in the first round. Hoffman has been very strong all day. He's run 04s, and then an 06 against John Force. Al's been on his game on the starting line, too. Cruz, boy, I've got a lot of respect for him as a driver. He's going to have to carry the ball, so to speak, for Joe Gibbs right now. They've got their work cut out for him. I don't give them much of a chance, but if any team can come out and come back from the troubles they've had all weekend, they can certainly do it.
There is Tommy Anderson, a talented man, runs a salvage yard in New York, a big game hunter when he's not out there on the racetrack. And right now, there's only one thing he would like to bag.
I tell you what, they're hunting some big game now, but something that the listeners have to look at is what's going through Cruz's mind right now. They've had a terrible engine explosion the other day, and they came back and did it now. Last round, it's tough mentally for him.
Let's watch the finals, the last funny car race of 1995. Look at this, Al Hoffman, 5:06 to a 5:11, margin of victory, 007. The winner, Hoffman, Al Hoffman, 298 miles an hour, and by that much win, he got the win, a much better showing than I expected from the Bat car.
Boy, I tell you what, they came back very, very strongly. That's just such a close race. Cruz had the advantage on the starting line. Hoffman caught up. It's just an unbelievable race. 5:06. Tom Anderson, that Western Auto team, hats off to them because they had the performance right now and they needed it. Cruz, we just saw Cruz shut off a little early. Maybe the motor was going away. That could have been a mental thing from the last run where they blew it up.
Tommy Anderson and that Western Auto crew ecstatic on the line. That is the 5th win this year for Al Hoffman. The first time that he has ever done it. They take home the money from Slick 50. Hey boys, we're having some fun now. Congratulations to Al Hoffman. What a year. Steve?
Al Hoffman, you just scored about $100,000, but I think the highlight, even more than Cruz, was taking Force out in the semis.
Oh yeah, that was real nice, and we plan on doing that a lot next year. But to win the race here for our sponsors, Western Auto Slick 50, BDS, I mean, they're out here on the West Coast. They got the best supercharger in the business, and I've won this one. This one was for my mother back in Connecticut. I've been trying to win one for her and say it all year. This is for you, Mom.
This team always just rises to the occasion when the big bucks are up, Bob Fry.
Final, but we're going to go into this final just saying, hey, it's the last round of qualifying, and we're just going to run it as hard as we can run it, and if we win, we win.
Wes Cerny, you worked on the balance of your car. What did you find, and is there enough to get you guys to win this thing?
Well, when you race anybody like Alan and Blaine Johnson, those guys are really tough, and the race can go either way anytime. How we're going to do it, we're just going to try and run down through there again. If we get beat, we get beat.
I didn't think you'd tell me how he did.
car with Larry.